Alright, so another season prediction video, this time the Cincinnati Bengals. So, just to recap the Bengals last season, Bengals, really good. I think they went 12-4, I think. Either way, Bengals 12-4. I think they just missed out on a bye week to the Broncos or the Patriots.
This game has officially begun.
Either way, just missed out on a playoffs or a bye week. Played Pittsburgh in the wild card round. Took the loss after Vontaze Burfict and Adam Jones decided to be a bunch of idiots.
Coming onto the field at quarterback for the Jets, out of the University of West Virginia, Geno Smith.
Well, Geno Smith in his first 2 years in the NFL has had some really good moments, but what everybody
I'll talk about the Jets quarterback situation when I get to them. But Cincinnati still hasn't proved that, you know, they can win in tight situations. They haven't showed their mental toughness, all of those things. But again, Cincinnati is an amazing regular season team. One of the best teams in the NFL when it comes down to that. So, let's start with the Bengals' losses. They are few and far between. Starting with Pittsburgh in Week 2. This game is in Pittsburgh. I believe that Cincinnati will split with Pittsburgh. So, I think Pittsburgh's, you know, their offense, all of those things, will show it's still the top unit in the league. And overall, great, you know, all of that fun stuff. And then I have them taking back-to-back losses. Next to Denver. Although, you know, Denver's quarterback situation's a little muddy with, you know, Sanchez, or the Sanchez, excuse me, and, you know, Paxton Lynch. So we will see. Not 100% sure how that goes, but I think their defense is still the best unit in the NFL. I think that Cincinnati's offense won't be able to play with it. And last, I think that their last loss of the season comes Week 16 against Houston. Again, Houston, defense, top flight, finally have a quarterback they can hopefully trust.
First down at the 20. Dalton's going to take off with it. Leonard Williams.
Thanks, game. Totally didn't throw the ball.
Well, if I was that quarterback, I'd be mad after getting sacked
So,
like that by the defensive end.
Let's just talk about the games they're going to win. Starting with the Jets in Week 1. Even if the Jets had a proper starting quarterback.
He's sacked again. Well, you see it all the time. When the offensive line can't stop the defense.
Even if the Jets had a proper starting quarterback, it doesn't really matter. I think Cincinnati's offense is a bit better than their defense. Disgusting. No way he catches that.
Nice throw down the field, big game by the offense.
But again, Jets offense, their offense is okay. Even with Ryan Fitzpatrick, it's an okay team. So, I think the Jets will take the loss Week 1. I think Cincinnati's offense will overpower, or no, Cincinnati's defense will overpower the Jets' offense, not allowing them to get much done. Next, Week 4, the Miami Dolphins. Although Miami has a new head coach, I think they end up being one of the worst teams in the NFL. I don't think there's much good on that team right now. The quarterback is not proven himself yet. I think that's an issue. And I think that defense, the front four, amazing. Everything else isn't much. There's not much to it. Next, Dallas.
about what's in front of you. The quarterback will take care of that.
Dalton's now completed 4 in a row.
I screwed up, I think. Yeah, I misread it. I have them taking the win in Denver. Excuse me. So, I forget everything I said about them taking the loss in Denver. Because I'll go to Dallas first. Dallas, I haven't taken the victory in Dallas, mostly because Dallas' defense isn't that great. I think they are a purely offensive team right now. Dallas defense, no secondary. Not a great linebacking core if they can stay healthy. But other than that, not much to them. They have very little in terms of pass rush also. And then their actual second loss of the season, I have them taking New England. Tom Brady will finally be back. He would have been back for 2 games at this point. And I think the Patriots are still, no matter what, a top flight team in the NFL, especially in the AFC. But with Brady, you never know. They can win all of their games. Unfortunate. Next is Cleveland. I don't really have to say much about it. Cleveland doesn't have a team. They're nothing. Then Washington. Again, Washington is good, but they're not better than Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's defense is a far superior unit. So, entering their bye week, they are 5-2. And their bye week is week 7 or 8. I think. I'm not sure. 1 of the 2.
This will be the 8th play
so,
of this drive.
exiting the bye week, they will take a win against the Giants. Again, Giants defense, although they spent a lot of money on it, I don't know if it's really a top flight unit, especially because all those players have to mesh. If anything, that defense comes on towards the end of the year. Then Buffalo. Again, Buffalo, not a great team. Defensively, they'll be good, but offensively, I think they'll struggle, especially against Cincinnati.
And the extra point is good.
Then they'll take their first of 2 wins against Baltimore. Although Baltimore's going to have Flacco back, I still think that team had bigger issues than the lack of a quarterback. I don't think their defense played very well last year, among other things. So, I think Baltimore will take the loss. Then, win against Philadelphia. I don't think Philadelphia is very good. I mean, they have a quarterbacking issue. Their defense isn't anything great. So, Philly will take the loss. Then, their second of 2 wins against Cleveland. Cleveland's a joke. I mean, they're not a team.
And here we have second down.
Then their first win against Pittsburgh, well, their win against Pittsburgh, I guess, on the season. This one's in Cincinnati, and I think that will be a close game, but I think Cincinnati will squeak it out. Then they'll lose to Houston at the end of the year and pick up their 13th win against Baltimore. Probably resting their starters, to be honest. Baltimore, I don't think really is that good. So, the Bengals will end up being 13-3. They will be tied for first place in their division. So, the Bengals will be the 2 seed, I believe, in my thing here. Overall, again, I will have a full playoff kind of deal when I get to it.
This is 3rd down.
So, bold predictions, starting with the quarterback.
The Bengals lined up in the nickel.
I think Andy Dalton will have another good season, but he will get serious consideration for the MVP, garnering, I'd say, a little, maybe a little less than 20 votes, maybe like 17. After he throws, I'm going to say high 30 touchdowns and less than 10 interceptions. I'm going to say 38 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. 38 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. He's going to get serious consideration for the MVP trophy. At running back, I'm going to say that Giovanni Bernard will have a much better season than Jeremy Hill. And not because of injury. I think Jeremy Hill will have fumble issues early in the season. And overall, Giovanni Bernard will hold on to the football and will keep the Bengals, running game moving quickly. So I believe Giovanni Bernard will have more rushing yards than Jeremy Hill. I don't think he'll have more touchdowns, mostly because Hill is a bruiser on the goal line, so he'll probably eat up some of those touchdowns.
And now they'll try over again on
wide receiver, I could say A.J. Green, but I'm going to say Tyler Boyd is going to have a great rookie season, catching 60 passes for close to 1,000 yards, maybe high 800, like 890. And he'll catch 5 touchdowns, maybe 7, 5 to 7, in that range. But I think Tyler Boyd will have a great rookie season, taking some of the pressure off A.J. Green.
Toss play to Bernard. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to 4th
So,
down. That's a timeout by
then
the team.
moving on to the defense, I think Geno Atkins will have another Pro Bowl-worthy season, but Geno Atkins will compete for the Defensive Player of the Year award. He's one of the best defensive linemen in the game, and overall, I think he will compete for the Defensive Player of the Year with J.J. Watt.
The Jets offense trying to buck the trend.
Linebackers, I say that Vontaze Burfict will have a good. Vontaze Burfict will have an All-Pro worthy season. Vontaze Burfict will have over 100 tackles, maybe close to 130. Will have 6 sacks and 5 interceptions. Not 5, 3. 5 is just the first number that came to mind. But 3 interceptions. Defensive back, I think that William Jackson will start more than half the games that the Bengals play, and he will get burnt in almost all of them. I think William Jackson ends the season with less than 20 tackles, no interceptions, and maybe 2 pass deflections. Oh, and a tight end, Tyler Eifert, continues to solidify himself as a top-flight tight end, putting him in the conversation with Gronkowski for the best one in the NFL.
Just controlling the football game. Good job by the offense managing things so far here
So,
today. They're back at the line.
Overall, I believe the Bengals will be a good team. Getting a bye week, they will be the 2 seed, in my opinion.
On the defensive side, everybody stays at home. They stay in their gap. and they hold that run to a short
Jeez.
gain.
So, let's just finish this drive off, and then I will cut this video.
Makes the catch in open space. That's his first
Coming up
reception
next will
today.
be the Buffalo Bills.
The Bengals are really a true football team. Their defense, we know it's good. They
Oh,
don't wanna
you know what?
just
I got an
rely on
idea.
it.
I
The
know what to
offense,
talk about while I
nice
try and
job
finish up
picking
this
that
video.
first down.
Draft
Keep the
class
clock up.
impact.
Keep the
Who
pace
will
of
be
the
their
game
best?
on your
Who will
side.
be their
Small
most
lead here in the
impact
second half.
player
That was a good job.
on the team from this rookie draft class? I didn't do it with the Bears. I didn't even think of it.
Into the open.
Doesn't matter.
Ball is out,
I don't really care.
and he's
So-
brought to the ground.
I say their biggest bust will be William Jackson. Mostly because I just don't think William Jackson was a great corner coming into this year. And their biggest impact player will be... because they really had a good, like, kind of middle round pick.
The 44.
I'm going to say it's Tyler Boyd. And Tyler Boyd will compete for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
There's a flag out.
So, that's where I'm going to cut this video. So, for now, this is JWax, signing off.